Hello everyone and welcome to part 1 of my Xenoblade Chronicles X playthrough. In these videos I shall be showing my thoughts on the game as I slowly progress through it. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to just start off by saying that I really like Xenoblade's opening sequence. The narrative reminds me a bit of Battlestar Galactica, due to the fact that aliens arrive and destroy Earth, leaving the remaining humans who do manage to escape having to search the cosmos in order to find a new home. It's a really well presented introduction, and the story is right up my street. I'll admit that after watching this intro I was immediately hooked and wanted to find out more. Who are these aliens? Why did they destroy Earth? And where can I get my hands on those cool looking mechs? Shortly after the intro, a ship which is carrying some of the remaining humans crash lands on a planet called Mira, which means it's now time to create my character. After struggling with how to go back and change my character's face for a considerable length of time, I eventually figured it out and found a face I liked. As you can see here, I've chosen to create my character as a hybrid of Goku and David Beckham. What a sexy lad he is. Reminds me a bit of myself. The character creator is pretty in-depth, allowing all kinds of tiny details to be changed, and I'm sure there's probably all kinds of weird creations already over the internet. Anyway, as is usually the case with these things, I spent far too long on the character creator, and it was time to give Dave Koo, as I'm now calling him, the final finishing touch by giving him a Robin mask.
Ta-da!
Doesn't he look amazing? No, actually, scratch that, I don't like it. Can I take it off? Can I start the character creation process again? Please? Someone? I want to change my character, please. Why does this always happen? You make a character and then you want to change him. Anyway, Dave Koo is then woken up from stasis by a lady named Elma. I can't really say much about her at the moment as I don't really know her yet, but she does seem like a cool character, and she is also surprisingly appropriately dressed for a JRPG female. The two characters then have a nice chat, or not, as my character doesn't seem to speak. Regardless, I do find the inclusion of dialogue options in Xenoblade to be quite cool. I mean, it's definitely not Mass Effect levels of choices, but it's still a nice touch that you can sometimes choose how your player character reacts. I didn't really expect this to be included in the game, and it'll be interesting to see if any of my choices matter further down the line. After that riveting conversation, Elma gave me my first mission, and it was time to begin the game proper. I was kind of annoyed at this point that it was raining, as it's been raining almost constantly during the last month where I live, and the last thing I want to do now is play a game where it's raining. I thought games were supposed to help you escape from your mundane life, not make you experience it all over again. But anyway, sorry, I'll stop being a boring British person moaning about the weather and move on to the first fight. Now I should note that I've not really played any JRPGs before at all. I mean, I've played a few Final Fantasy games and I didn't like them, and the only game kind of similar to that I actually like is Pokemon, so this could be interesting to say the least. Right, so at this point I have no idea what I'm doing, so I think I'll just stand here and shoot and let her do the work. That sounds like a good plan. Success! We did it! Well, that wasn't too bad. After a couple of fights I decided to browse through the menus, and oh my god, I am in way over my depth here. I feel as though I need some kind of degree to play this game. I mean, look at it all. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, it's a good thing the manual for this game is electronic. Looking at all this makes me think it probably wouldn't even fit in the game case. Looks like I've got a lot to learn. As I battled more creatures, I began to get used to the combat a bit more. I mean, I still don't know why it prompts me to press B randomly, or why I have a knife now as well for some reason, but I'm getting there, I think. In a way though, it is kind of nice to play a game where everything isn't explained. Most games have a knack of holding the player's hand, so it's a bit of a breath of fresh air that Xenoblade just throws you in an environment where you can battle creatures without really knowing what the hell is going on. I did eventually find out why I had a knife though, and it's because I must have picked one up at some point, which I don't really remember, but oh well. Night had turned into day, and Elma instructed me that I needed to get to the destination marker ASAP. Of course, I didn't do that at all. Instead, I spent most of the day killing all the wildlife around me. No wonder those aliens wanted to destroy Earth. I must say that this game is bloody gorgeous. It's amazing that it's running on the Wii U really. Speaking of running, the running and jumping in Xenoblade reminds me a bit of Crackdown. I know that's a pretty weird thing to say, but the jumping has a real floaty feel to it, which is similar to Crackdown, and there's also these shard type things out in the open to collect which contain items. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not, as I'm a bit worried now that I'm going to spend hours upon hours just running around collecting these shards like I did the orbs in Crackdown. One thing I'm not worried about though is the look of my character. I've got some new clothes and I'm looking fresh. Sorry, I'll never say that again. And I'm also pleased to say that my character is looking more and more like a Saiyan. I mean, he's even got the eyepiece now. Let's just hope I don't encounter an enemy over level 9000.
On its power level. It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
After spending way too much time killing most of the animals I encountered, Dave Koo finally made it to the objective. The objective being the crashed habitat unit from the ship that he left the Earth on. All was going well until these idiots appeared and tried to crash the party. Well, I guess you could describe this encounter as a first boss fight. Things didn't exactly get off to a great start. I missed 2 QTEs straight away, granted I still don't know what they actually do, and then proceeded to miss my first attack. But after that initial hiccup I didn't really have a problem. I have kind of learnt now what the different attack options, or arts as they are called, actually do, and I'm a bit better at swapping between them and swapping between my blade and gun. It does seem however that there is still a hell of a lot going on at once during battles, and there is still a lot that I don't understand. Hopefully I learn more soon. After defeating these enemies I then encountered my greatest nemesis,
The elevator of doom.
Seriously though, I was told by this dude called Pierce to go up to the top of the stairs to activate the elevator, but no matter what I did I couldn't get the damn thing to work. To be honest, I shouldn't really have trusted a guy called Pierce anyway, seeing as most of them are just dicks. After spending a ridiculous amount of time trying to get this thing to start, I decided that it was time to call it a day. Hopefully I can make it past this area in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and like if you did, and I hope to see you all soon. Till next time, bye bye.